Hi guys, Billy back, and this time we're going to be looking at the Toys Era, the mechanical 1/6 scale collectible figure, aka Cable from Deadpool 2. Let's do this. Okay, this is the premium edition, also known as the light up edition. As you can see, the box is very nice. It's got a nice sort of mechanical cables whirling through the back, which is like Cable's actual body pieces, like the arm and stuff. It's got the mechanical written on there, and the C's are replaced with time device type thing. The only thing I don't like really is the premium edition up in the corner here. Unfortunately, it's a little bit naff photoshoppy, like the kind of thing you would do you know, first year of uni for graphic design. Then you turn to the side, it's just got Toys Era on the side, and it's got loads of circuitry in the back, and then it's got a big old X where the Photoshop is, it's okay, but you know, the warning isn't so much a warning as an arning, and you know, you've got some logos there, it's not too bad. And then you've got mechanical on the side, and then once we slide that slip cover off, you can see this is the actual box inside. It's a shoebox design, top and bottom, and it's got this nice teddy bear out shape to show off the figure inside. That's a really nice touch. I like that because that's a good callback to the movie. And then on the side and then the back, you've got the mechanical again. You've got that premium edition logo, which is, it's alright, I guess. And there's the top and there's the bottom. Overall, I think the packaging's quite nice. It's got some nice details in the box here. Nice slip cover. That teddy bear window's a nice touch. A few naff additions like the premium edition cheap Photoshop logo, but it's minor. But you didn't even come here to see the box, did you? You actually came to see a figure, so let's get the damn thing out. And here he is out of the packaging. I have to say, it's really nice. I've managed to take all the accessories out and put them on. I'll show you those in a minute. Overall, I'm quite impressed with this one from Toys Era. They've kind of done a bang up job with him. There seems to be a bit of a collaborative effort with a few different people that have come together, and they've produced a really nice figure. But let's get in and let's have a look at everything. Now, before I set him up with all the accessories, I actually took the webbing off and I took the t-shirt off, and I had a look at the body underneath. And now what it seems to be is that what they've done is they've used a stock body and they've replaced a couple of bits. They replaced the upper part of the torso with a specially sculpted rubberized version that they've made themselves, and they've sculpted that left mechanical arm themselves, put it all together and created a very nice underbody. And it's ridiculous how much detail is underneath that shirt. It's almost a shame to have him in a shirt there with that on. But what I think I might do at some point is I'm thinking about taking this sleeve off here to show more of the arm Winter Soldier style, because I think that would look really, really cool. But there's just all this lovely sort of detail in the cabling. There's different textures, there's line, there's honeycomb shapes. It goes all the way around the back. It actually accentuates all the way up into the neck and the spine, and it sort of comes back down, and there's a nice, when you've got him in the right position, there's a nice flow between the cables on the chest going into the arm as well. So they've sat there and they've really tried to put them both together and make it gel, and it really does work. And even now you can see underneath the shirt, you can see some of that cabling, and it's such a nice subtle reference, but it does work really well, and I have to give them kudos for that. They didn't actually have to do that. Okay, first off, we need to have a quick look at the head sculpt that they made, and it is really, really nice. I think they could have done a little bit of a better job with the hair, but then from the hair downwards you can see that there is blending in the side of the hair that goes all the way down into the head, and it is phenomenal. They've done all this sort of wrinkling and, you know, pores, and they've managed to get a 5 o'clock shadow, and that scarring is really effective, especially up close like I'm showing you in this little clip here. It's amazing. It looks like Josh Brolin. It's as probably close as they're going to get without, you know, Josh Brolin kicking them up the arse. The expression is a sort of furrowed brow, and he looks a bit aggressive. I would have preferred a snarl rather than a closed mouth, but obviously time constraints and, you know, what they were going for, it works really well. And you can definitely see that it's, you know, Cable from Deadpool 2. It's really good. Overall, I think the head sculpt is definitely a 9 out of 10. They've got it bang on. There's Hot Toys that don't look as accurate as this. Clothing wise, they've done a bang up job trying to recreate the Cable costume from Deadpool 2. There are a few inaccuracies, like that webbing on the front. I don't think it was exclusively webbing like that. I think it was a little piece of body armour, and it was a black plate that went on there somehow. I don't know how you could rectify that. I think there are ones out there you can buy that could either replace it, or you could buy something to put behind there so it looks a bit more armor plating. But they've done a really good job. The color of the t-shirt is fantastic. I just thought they'd end up doing a bright red t-shirt in the end, just give up, but they didn't. They managed to get this sort of wine red, stained, used and discolored shirt, and it looks really, really accurate. And then you come down and we can see that they've got some nice weathering on that webbing there. Still got all the buckles, and then we see the belt, and that's like an army belt with some combat camouflage work going through it. We come down, we can see the combats, and I'm a big fan of combats, I wear them myself. Love a lot of pockets, and it's lovely and weathered and battered. And they've come down and they've sculpted the boots, and the boots are really nice. However, they are just plastic sculpted boots. There's no other extra mixed material in there. They haven't done the boots and then added this sort of pleather strap or anything like that. It is all just sculpted, which isn't a bad thing really. There's all buckles going through, sculpted nicely. Discoloration change between these parts and this part go through. They're very nice. Again, they probably could be better, but they don't have to be. You're not going to be looking at that. You're going to be looking at that awesome hood sculpt. Okay, and that poncho is a really nice sort of thin, malleable material. It actually feels like a little bit like the inside lining of a coat, and they've managed to do that so you can form it around there. And I've got it so that it's hanging around his neck, but it's draped over on the left hand side because I want this arm exposed as much as possible. There's such nice detail in there, including all these gold trims along here. But like I said, I'd love to show off more of the arm, so I'm thinking about taking that sleeve off, just so you can see more of it. Okay, and here he is standing without the poncho. Some people have said the head and the neck are a bit too long, like it's a bit too high up, but I don't know, I think it's okay. I think it works really well. And let's just quickly turn this guy around. You can have a look at the side profile, more views of that arm. It's awesome. And then we can come around the back, and as we can see, mechanical stuff, the cybernetics go all the way around into the neck and up. And you can see more of the blending of that head sculpt there, which is really nice. And he's got a magnet in the back, but you can also see all that webbing. It's fantastic. You can see all the buckles, and those buckles really work, so you can take this guy off and clip them back on quite easily. Okay, accessory wise, he comes with quite a few guns, some clips, some ammunition. He has several different types of hand, and because this is the premium edition, he comes with the time travel device, another teddy bear, and a light up feature on the head sculpt. And I have to say, the light up feature on the head sculpt is trash. No offense guys, you did your best I guess, but it just doesn't work very well. And I wish, if you're going to go for this guy, get the standard edition. Don't bother with the light up feature, honestly. I'm showing you pictures now of what I tried to do. I tried my best to try and get the light up feature showing on camera, but it was really hard. Even in the darkest part of the room, when I had all the lights off, it was still hard to see. So I managed to get a couple of photos that sort of depicted what the light up feature would be like, but still not very good. So anyway, let's go on and let's have a look at exactly what he comes with. Okay, first off, he comes with his big ass gun. Now this comes in 3 parts. You've got the grenade launcher at the bottom there, you've got this scope at the top, and the rest of the gun. And I have to say, Toy Zero are getting better with their weathering. There's been a bit less of a slapdash sort of dry brush of silver paint on there, which is sometimes they've been guilty of. Still a bit up the top there, just on the end of it here. But it's not as bad and as obvious as it has been in the past. So they've done a really good job with that. You've got some grenades there that go in there. They don't come out, they're just strapped on. And there's lots of little details in here. The clip comes out. You can see the bullet in the top there, slots back in. It's very nice. The grenade launcher doesn't come forward or back, but there is a different translucent piece in the scope at the front there, and a translucent piece at the back there, and the detail in this is really good. There's even a nice little logo there, as you can see. There's little translucent panels here from the looks of it. I think they're translucent, but they're painted blue. I'm not 100%, I think they're translucent. And then there's some different colour on here. There's like a yellow and a red lighty section here. All in all, that's a very nice gun, and it looks quite epic. And you can see he comes with these 3 clips here, and he comes with one there. This one goes here, I've seen photos, it actually goes on the belt there, and these 3 are supposed to go along the front there. I definitely know that this is the grenade launcher type thingy that he uses in the film, and again, lots of little detail in there. They've pulled back on the dry brushing a little bit of the weathering, which is good. And they've got this wrap around here, and this is actually a real wrap on there, and that's great. I do love it when they do things like that. That's what adds to the detail. That's why we buy these figures, for that next level detail. And I think this handgun goes on here. I see in some of the photos there's something there. It looks like a gun holster with no gun in it. And here is the gun out of the holster. It looks like a little stubby Desert Eagle. This pulls back. You can see the bullet inside, and you can remove this magazine to show the bullet. Slide it back in. Very good, very detailed again. Then we have these little grenades that go up in the top right hand corner here on his shoulder. Very good. Die cast. Not much detail in there. I noticed in lots of photos there's little stripes of red going along the end of the tip here. These don't have that, but not a big deal. Still looks good. Come around the side, and I've put the gun there. It looks like there's a gun just behind the grenade launcher on this side. So I've put one of the straps there, pull it out. It's a normal looking handgun. Clip comes out, not a lot of weathering, and this one doesn't cock back like the other. But again, it's always good to have more guns than less. He comes with this really weathered and battered teddy bear that he carries throughout the whole film. Now this is quite nice, but it looks like they've just done a really big black wash over a normal sort of teddy bear, and you can tell that when you get the premium edition, they give you a second bear. You can tell straight away that it's just a black wash over the original, because here is the original, and you can definitely see that all they've done is run a black wash over it and then stuck it on. It's still a nice detail, but the premium edition, I don't know why they even needed to include this. I think that was okay, but you know, they could have done more to make it more premium, I guess, especially as the light up feature isn't very good. And here's the time travel piece he comes with, and it's just attached with an elastic band. There's some nice details in there. There's lovely notching. They've done a really good job with this. It looks as detailed as it needs to without going overboard. So those are the three things you get with the premium edition. You get this, you get a non-weathered teddy bear, and you also get the light up feature. So really, you get a non-weathered teddy bear and the timepiece, and that's it really. Oh, and he does come with I think it's called a carbiner or something like that. You know, like these little clips that camping people use. Carbiners? I don't know. You're going to shoot me. All these camping people who are watching this are probably screaming right now, telling me what it means or what it is, but I don't know. But unfortunately I broke the damn thing trying to put it on. It was so flimsy. Very tiny little bit of plastic there, so be careful when trying to apply that. But that usually goes roughly around here from the photos I've seen. Just there, just after the clips, somewhere around there. Okay, and he comes with a slew of hands, including a left and right grasping action hand here. This is the left hand with the sort of metallic feature on there. Very nice weathering, nice gloves. Good details on the buckle, great sculpting throughout, to be honest. And here's the normal human version of that hand. And he comes with 2 fisted hands, again for the mechanical arm, and 2 relaxed hands. Again, 1 for each. And here he is standing next to my version 1 Deadpool by Hot Toys. Overall, guys, this is a lovely figure. Great design, great clothing, fantastic accessories. That head sculpt, they nailed it. It's absolutely fantastic. And they've got that amazing sort of mechanical arm. I think it works really well for this guy, and that's the sort of arm I would have liked to have seen on like a Winter Soldier more than the one that they have on him already. But that's just my own personal preference. The premium edition, honestly guys, unless you want that little timepiece, which I suspect will turn up at some point in on its own, maybe at some point. Unless you want that timepiece, don't bother with the premium edition. Just go with the standard. It's just as good, and it's got all the quality of this premium edition, except for the light up function, which you can't really use anyway. It's a bit of a letdown, but it's not a big deal. This guy is an 8.5 out of 10. He would have got a 9 if it wasn't for the light up feature. He's got great articulation considering how they've had to try and do different kind of modding and sculpting to a usual stock 1/6 body. He gets a 90 degree bend in the arm. He has nice turn of the head. It is a little bit stiff when you're turning it left and right because of that rubberized upper body, but it's not that big a deal. The legs have barely no restriction whatsoever because those combat trousers are nice and loose and you can move him around as much as you want. He's still got some movement in the shoulders. You can get his arms back as far as you really want. You can do a 360 if you really want with the shirt off. With the t-shirt it restricts it a little bit, but not too much. There's even some flex and bend in the torso. However, the webbing does stop that a little bit. Guys, he's an 8.5 out of 10. He'd nearly get a 9 if it wasn't, again, for the non-light up feature in the head sculpt that doesn't really work. So I think we don't need Hot Toys to do one now. These guys have done a sterling job with this, and he does complement that Deadpool very nice, don't you think? Okay guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and if you could do me a favour now, if you get the fuck out of my cave, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot guys. Bye bye. Oh, and just a little additional add-on at the end here. If you have the Age of Ultron Black Widow, she comes with 2 of these sort of futuristic guns, and I think that works really well with this guy. It seems to fit really in with the design and style of the actual figure. So yeah, that's another option for you. If you've got the Black Widow, you can use those guns too.